Hello friend, now we are going to discuss about suicide. Suicide is when the people direct violence at themselves with the intent to end their lives and they die as a result of their actions. Suicide is a leading cause of death in many countries. A suicide attempt is when people harm themselves with the intent to end their lives, but they do not die as a result of their action. Many more people survive suicide attempts than die, but they often have serious injuries. Who is at risk? There is no single cause for it. Several factors can increase a person's risk for attempting or dying. Suicide affects everyone, but some groups are at higher risk than others. Men are about 4 times more likely than women to die. However, women are more likely to express suicidal thoughts and to make non-fatal attempts than men. The prevalence of attempts is significantly higher among adults aged 18 to 29 years than it is among adults aged between 30 years. Other groups with higher rates of suicidal behavior included many countries. It's a problem throughout the lifespan. It was the second leading causes of death among persons aged 15 to 24 years, the second among persons aged 25 to 34 years, the fourth among persons aged 35 to 54 years, the eighth among persons aged 55 to 64 years, the seventh among persons 65 years and older, and the 10th leading cause of death across all ages. People who attempt and survive may experience serious injuries such as broken bones, brain damage, or organ failure. These injuries may have long-term effect on their health. People who attempt and survive may experience lot of injuries. People who survive attempts and may also have depression and other mental health problems. Suicide also affects the health of other and community. When people alone, there is many chances of suicide. When people die by suicide, their family and friends often experience shock, anger, guilt, and depression. The medical cost and lost wages associated with it also take their toll on the community. Philosophy. A number of questions are raised within the philosophy of suicide, including what constitutes suicide or not. Suicide can be rational choice and moral permissivity of suicide. Arguments as to acceptability of suicide in moral or social term range from the position that the act is inherently immoral and unacceptable under any circumstances to a regarded for suicide as a sacrosanct right of anyone who believes they have rationally and decision to end their own lives, even if they are young and healthy. Prevention of suicide. It is a significant public health problem and there is a lot of learn about how to prevent it. One strategy is to learn about the warning signs of suicide, which can include individual talking about wanting to hurt themselves, increasing substance use, and having changes in their mood, diet, or sleeping pattern. When the warning signs appears, quickly connecting the person to supportive services is critical. Promoting opportunities and settings that strengthen connection among people, families, and communities is another suicide prevention goal. What we should need to know: no matter how much pain you are experiencing right now, you are not alone. Many of us have had suicidal thoughts at same point in our lives. Feeling is not a character defect, and it doesn't mean that you are crazy or weak or flavored. It only means that you have more pain than you can cope with right now. but with time and support, you can overcome your problems and the pain and suicidal feelings will pass. Some of the finest, most admired, needed, and talented people have been where you are now. Many of us have thought about talking our own lives where we are felt overwhelmed by depression and devoid of all hope. But the pain of depression can be treated and hope can be renewed. No matter what your situation, there are people who need you, places where you can make a difference, and experiences that can remain living. It takes real courage to face death and step back from the brink. You can use the courage to face life, to learn coping skills for overcoming depression, and for finding the strength to keep going. The five things have to remember: your emotions are not fixed, they are constantly changing. How you feel today may not be the same as how you felt yesterday, or how you will feel tomorrow or next week. The second thing, your absence would create grief and anguish in lives of your friends and loved ones. The third thing is, there are many things you can still accomplish in your life. The fourth thing is, there are sights, sounds, and experiences in life that have to be ability to delight and lift you, and that you would miss. The fifth thing is, your ability to experience pleasure, emotional, is equal to your ability to experience distressing emotions. Why do you feel suicidal? Many kinds of emotions, pain can lead to thought of suicide. The reason for this pain are unique to each one of us, and the ability to cope with the pain differ from person to person. We are all different. There are, however, some common causes that may lead us to experience some thoughts and feelings. If you are unable to think of solution other than that, it is not that other solution doesn't exist, but rather than you are currently unable to see them. The intense emotional pain that you are experiencing right now can distort your thinking, so it becomes harder to see possible solutions to your problems or to connect with those who can offer support. Therapists, counselors, friends, and loved ones can help you to see solutions that otherwise may not be apparent to you. Give them a chance to help. Although it might seem as if your pain and unhappiness will never end, it is important to realize that crises are usually temporary. Solutions are often found, feeling changes, unexpected positive events occurs. Remember, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Give yourself the time necessary for things to change and pain to subside. Mental health conditions such as depression, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorder are all terrible with changes in lifestyle, therapy, and medications. Most people who seek help can improve their situation and recover. Even if you have received treatment for a disorder before, or if you are already made attempts to solve your problems, know that it's often necessary to try different approaches before finding the right solution or combination of solutions. When medication is prescribed, for example, finding the right dosage often requires an ongoing process of adjustment. Don't give up before you have found the solution that works for you. Virtually all problems can be treated or solved. Some immediate actions you have to take. Step 1. Promise not to do anything right now. Even though you are in a lot of pain right now, give yourself some distance between thoughts and actions. Make a promise to yourself: I will wait 24 hours and won't do anything drastic during that time. Or wait a week. Thoughts and actions are two different things. Your suicidal thoughts do not have become a reality. There is no deadline, no one's pushing you to act on these thoughts immediately. Wait, wait, and put some distance between your suicidal thoughts and actions. Step 2. Avoid drugs and alcohol. Suicidal thoughts can become even stronger if you have taken drugs or alcohol. It's important to not use non prescribed drugs or alcohol when you feel hopeless or are thinking about suicide. Step 3. Make your home safe. Remove things you could use to hurt yourself, such as pills, knives, razors, or firearms. If you are unable to do so, go to a place where you can feel safe. If you are thinking of taking an overdose, give your medicines to someone who can return them to you one day at a time as you need them. Step 4. Don't keep these suicidal feelings to yourself. Many of us have found that first step to coping with the suicidal thoughts and feelings is to share them with someone we trust. It may be a family member, friend, therapist, member of the clergy, teacher, family doctor, coach, or an experienced counselor at the end of a helpline. Find someone you trust and let them know how bad things are. Don't let fear, shame, or embarrassment prevent you from seeking help. And if the first person you reach out to doesn't seem to understand, try someone else. Just talking about how you go to this point in your life can release a lot of pressure that's building up and help you find a way to cope. Step 5. Take hope. People do get taught this. Even people who feel as bad as you are feeling now manage to survive these feelings. Take hope in this. There is a very good chance that you are going to live through these feelings no matter how much self loathing, hopelessness, or isolation you are currently experiencing. Just give yourself the time needed and don't try to get it alone. How to talk to someone about your thoughts. Tell the person exactly what you are feeling right now. If you have a suicide plan, explain it to them. Phrases such as I can't take it anymore or I am done are vague and do not illustrate how serious things really are. Tell the person you trust that you are thinking about suicide. If it is too difficult for you to talk about, try writing it down and handing a note to the person you trust, or send them an email or text and sit with them while they read it. The 5 steps to recovery. The first step is identify triggers or situation, move away from there. Second is take care of yourself, do exercise or drawing or writing like things. Focus your mind on something else. Build your support network. Talk with someone you trust. Develop new activities and interests. Learn to deal with stress in a healthy way.